'Cause when the music fades and all is stripped away, and I simply come longing just to bring something less of worth that will bless your heart.
Every generation has struggled to live up to the ideals of Christian marriage. Divorce is common, and almost every Catholic knows someone who's received an annulment. Earlier generations might not have had the freedom to end their marriages, but it's well documented that many couples never achieved the unity of heart, mind, and soul that God intends through the sacrament of marriage. If we only look at marriage as a human institution, it will be impossible to understand what Jesus is commanding in this Sunday's gospel. When Jesus looks at marriage, he sees an expression of two values that are central to his message. One, marriage requires faith, and two, marriage requires forgiveness. Jesus went to the cross rather than betray his belief in either of those values, and marriage is a supreme training ground for both. Christian marriage requires faith, and it draws a couple deeper into their faith. Binding oneself to another person exclusively until death is a leap into the dark. People change as they grow, and even strong couples do not know what challenges the world will throw at them. Marriage is a perfect form for something Jesus loved, that everyday surrender to God, in which we acknowledge that God has given us everything we have, and that God will give us everything we need. Christian marriage also takes forgiveness. No one is perfect. Even couples who know each other well and want the best for their spouse can have moments of self-centered behavior, say or do hurtful things, or simply make mistakes. True forgiveness from the heart is the only way two people can grow into one. Forgiveness and mercy were the values Jesus preached over and over again. They were the values that when we live them out, they make us like his Father. He even forgave the men who murdered him, and then he sent his apostles out to forgive the people whose actions led to his murder. Christian marriage can teach couples to forgive with the same heartfelt zeal that Christ had. For those of us who have played sports, I think Jesus is imagining marriage as a kind of spiritual weight room. Everything married couples live through can make them stronger. Everything that strengthens them spiritually bears fruit in the ways that build Christ's kingdom. The times I grew sloppy with strength training, my own athletic performance dwindled. Likewise, Jesus insists we should never allow opportunities for faith and forgiveness to dwindle, but rather we should double our efforts and make them thrive.
So I just wanted to talk today. My job is a professional baseball scout, and so I'm on the road quite a bit, especially in the spring and in the summer. And just some ways I try to stay connected to the faith when I'm on the road. You know, at home it's easy. I have a routine. I drop my kids off at school and visit the chapel and go to daily mass and things like that. But on the road it can be difficult, and so it just starts in the car. The car is a good time to pray a rosary, to listen to the daily readings, and just to pray, and sometimes listen to a podcast. As a podcast I like called Poco a Poco with some Franciscan friars too, and then also a priest gave me some advice one time when we were talking about this, is just when I'm on the road to act like it's a pilgrimage and visit other churches and things like that. And so that's kind of what I like to do. I try to have the Mass app on my phone and try to look up Mass times and go to Mass in the morning if possible. If not, sometimes I just like to stop by a church and just spend some time before the Lord in the Holy Tabernacle. And I find that if I can, spend some time with the Lord each morning, then and just get that anchor in the Lord, just my day goes better, and He gives me grace that I can just handle anything that comes that day. So that's kind of what I kind of like to do, when I'm out of routine and on the road, and so I hope it helps.